Okay, today we will be discussing about Java data types, and there are various type of data types in Java. So as explained in the previous chapter, a variable in Java must be a specified data types. So which type of specification are in the data types in Java? These are the specification. Int represent the integer, float for float, char for character, boolean to represent boolean. All start with small case letter. You see, only string start with capital S. Remember it. Okay, so let's try something like here. Here you can see it is the out. Okay, uh, you see here integer is plain integer type of data. Float is like point wise data, floating point number, and one if is written there. So let's see if we remove the if, what is happening. See, there is an error writing incompatible types, lossy conversion from double to float. So it is becoming a double if we remove the if. So sometimes interviewer ask you what is the difference between float and double in Java or any specified programming language. So there is a simple difference between those two. And remember, the assigning every data types assign some storage in a particular language. For Java, float occupied 4 byte of data and double occupy 8 byte of data. Okay. For character, we write it within single quotes. For string, we write it within double quotes. And boolean is always true or false, either true or false. That's it. Okay. Okay. Now here, see, data types are mainly of two types: primitive data types and non-primitive data types. Primitive, always remember there is a possibility of question how many primitive data types in Java. It is an important question. Then remember 8 primitive data types are there in Java. You may remember this byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, and char. But remember there are 8 primitive data types in Java. This question is asked frequently in various type of exams. Non-primitive data types are such as string, arrays, class. You know string, we see here string is type of but data type, but it is not non-primitive. Okay, what is primitive and what is non-primitive? We are gonna learn it soon. We are gonna learn about arrays and classes also. Let's see primitive data type. Primitive data type is a type of data type which specifies the size and type of variable values. Remember, size and type of variable values. So, the size of a primitive data type will always be fixed for a specific primitive data type. Always remember it. And you also should remember that for a primitive data type, the type is always be declared. Like here, integer is declared. It always declare an integer. Float always declare a float. This type of things. Okay. Okay, so here are the list of primitive data types, and you have to remember the data type and its size. The important ones are integer 4 bytes, long and it is 8 bytes, float 4 bytes, double 8 bytes, and character 2 bytes. These are the important one. Here is a question: what is an int in Java? Yes, you know, a data type representing integers. So let's see about numbers. Okay, see, integer type stored in whole numbers, positive or negative, without any kind of decimal. For decimal, we use the float and double. Let's see the integer types. Remember, here is another important question. Byte is a type of integer and it can store whole number from minus 128 to 127. Okay, you need to know this. And here, remember this range minus 128 to 127. Okay, if I put 100, it's showing 100. Let's see a number beyond that range, like 129. And if see lossy conversion from int to byte, this can't be printed. A error is always be there because it is out of that range. So if you have some kind of code snippet in your question and mentioning the primitive data type as byte and it's storing any of the number other than the range of 120 minus 128 to 127, it will be showing error, not the number. Similarly, if we put minus 129, it is showing the error, similar error. See, but for 128 it won't be showing any kind of error. See, okay, sort can store number from 32768 to 32767. Remember 32,000 around. This number is 30 around 32,700. Okay, so you have to remember this range because sometime in the code snippet you give sort my num equals to 50,000. That code will show error, not the number. Integer range is vast, you can, and that is long. It has more vast range. It is generally used for storing a larger data, larger integer, and floating point mention the f. I personally do this mistake, so careful about writing this f when you declare your variable, your float variable, and double equals d. It is not showing any kind of lossy conversion, but if you put d, it will be better. See, it is not showing you any kind of error, but it is a good practice to put d for double after the after you put the input and if for float. Okay, let's see now. Use of float is mainly used for precision purpose, and here are the scientific number. Uh, like a floating point number can also be a scientific number with an e to indicate the power of 10. Like if we put float F1 35E3F. Let's see what it will be printing. So it will print 35 to the power of 3, not 3 actually. It will be putting uh, it will put that amount of zeros after it. Okay, and now let's see what is the question. Integer types are used to store whole numbers. Yes, integer is always used to store whole numbers. Okay, let's see booleans. Boolean is true or false, either true or false. It is nothing more about it. Characters. Characters written within the single quote, remember it. And nothing more than string stored within the double quotes. Nothing much. Real life example. Let's see. Say for items we are putting integer, for float, for any cost of any item we are using float, and for currency purpose we are using character. This type of things are used generally. Let's learn about non-primitive data type. These are the data type which are called reference types because they refer to objects. Remember, non-primitive data type refer to objects. And what are the difference of primitive and non-primitive data type? So first is primitive data types are predefined, non-primitives are not predefined. Predefined means it's already defined in Java language or Java programming language. And non-primitive types can be used to call methods. Method means functions. A specific type of code snippet which you can use or call in any portion of your or code to enhance the efficiency of the code. Like you write a type of code snippet to generate something and you are using it in various positions of your code. You don't have to write all the code for many times. You just call that function and it will be used. Where we will be learning about that. And primitive types start with a lowercase. Even I say that integer, float, double, boolean, everything will be starting. Everything is started with a. Everything starts with a lowercase number. And one is exception, that is string. String start with uppercase S. And let's see the typecasting. It is very important. What is typecasting? Typecasting is when you assign a value of one primitive data type to another type. Basically, typecasting is conversion between two primitive data types. Remember, two primitive data types. And widening casting, this is not that important. And widening means small to larger, narrowing means larger to small. It's basic. And that's it. And let's learn about Java operators. Operators. Operators are used to perform operation. As the name suggests, operators used to perform operations. So what are the types of operation we are using in real life? Plus, minus, into, division, this type of similar type of operations also performed in programming languages also. Like here we are performing the sum, and in sum there is stored 150 in sum ones. That's why if we um, sum 1 plus 250 will give us 400, because the sum one value is 150. Okay, so what are the type of operators in Java? Arithmetic operator. It consists of plus, minus, division, into. And remember, into is used along with the star. Like here, the into operator can be used with star. 1 into 50, it will give me 5,000, like this. Remember it. Assignment operators are equals to. Comparisons are greater than, less than, this type of logical bitwise. Let's see those operators. Arithmetic operators: plus, minus, multiplication, division, modulus. Modulus. What the modulus operator do? Let's see. Suppose I modulus operator and division operator is different. So if I put this, it will give me the answer 0, because if we divide 100 with 50 there is no reminder, but if we put divide sign here it will give us 2, because 100 by 50 equals 2, but modulus give us the remainder after dividing. Like if we put 45 here, so you can say the remainder would be 10. And no, here it is divide, and it is, see, it is giving me the value of a whole number. We learned it previously in today's session, that if I put float here, float here, and run, it will give me error because of this thing. But to store that value I need to use a double. But can I put a, that is not needed. Let's see. You have to see incompatible types, so you can't add a double and integer. See what is written here: lossy conversion from double to integer, and it is converting you to, actually this value would return you a double value, but it is converted to integer, so that is a lossy conversion, and those things are giving you error. Obviously, assignment means you are assigning a value to a variable, and it is equals to an addition. Assignment plus equals to see, plus equals to means basically x plus equals to 5 means x equals to x plus 5. This is x plus equals to 5 means x equals to x plus 5. Remember it. And here are some other types of operators. uh, and comparison is greater than, lesser than, those operation. And remember, here exclamation equals to means not equal, double equals to means equal to. Remember, there is a question always: double equals to is comparison operator, and single equals to is assignment operator. Remember it. Double equals to is not a assignment operator, it is a comparison operator. And here are the logical operators. It is and, it it is or, and it is not. Remember these things. These are very much useful when you use the conditional statements and loops. Okay, let's learn about Java string. See, in Java, string is immutable. What is the meaning of immutable? We will be learning this very soon. Let's see. We see for storing a string, we use the double quote, and to traverse through a length of a string, we used length function. Remember, there is braces for the length. This is a function, and it used to determine the length of the string. Okay, like here is the text A to Z. So the text would be 26. The length of this text would be 26, and we are using the txt dot length, string dot length. It is the syntax dot length to print the length of this text. Let's see what it will be showing. See, it is showing 26. Hence this is used in this way. And here are those few more. To uppercase means it will convert all the characters of the string to uppercase, and similarly to lowercase means it will convert the all the character of the string to lowercase. That's it. If all the characters to lowercase. Okay, and that's it. So these two functions are also important. You remember the uppercase here, U and C will capital, and in lowercase L and C is capital. uh, so how to find a character in a string? We use the index of method, and all those functions are used like string, your string variable name. So string dot index of, and within the bracket you put your preferable substring, or which which thing you want to search or find. That's it. So let's see. It is showing me 7. Why it is showing me 7? Because it is present in the index 7. That's why it is showing me the index 7. Like here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Please is number first, this gap is second, locate number third, this blank is fourth, where fifth, then the blank is sixth, and then comes locate. So it will returning me. So let's see what the apostrophe is giving us. And it is giving us a wrong value. Okay, it is giving us a wrong value. Let's see what the where will be giving us. Actually, that is not wrong. That indexing would be like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then 20. That's it. Indexing is always start with 0 in Java. That's why for where it will be printing the 40th index. So why it is showing us locate um, as 7? Because locate is treated as a character, because it is written within the single quote. That's why. Let's see. So concatenation. Basically, plus is used to concatenate two string, and it is a very useful feature for Java. And generally for other language like C++, you use dot concat function and this type of things. You can use plus to concatenate to string in Java. And also there is a function concat in Java, but basically you can use plus to concat. To for using the concat function, you first put the first name, then dot, and then your second part inside the first bracket within the concat function. It is like that. And numbers and string. So here is the fact. So if we concatenate to integer, it will give us the resultant thing. But if we concatenate to string, it will give us 10, 20, because these are treated as string. And concatenation of two string would be like those specific digits, not the arithmetic. It is specifically performing the arithmetic operation, but for string it will concatenate as it is, like these are treated as a single string. And if we concatenate this text with this is treated as a text, and it will concatenate that way. And here is the case. If we concatenate a string with the integer, then also it is treated as it is as a string, because it is converted to string. You can't add a integer to string. Like if it is a character and it will concatenate with this type of thing, this type of integer, and it will be printing 10, 20. That's why strings are added and numbers are concatenated. It is false, it is definitely false. It is the other way. Let's learn about the special characters. What is special character? String must be written within quotes. If it is starting quote, it is ending quotes. And here it is a string within a string. What to do in this kind of situation? We can use escape character, and it is used using backlash. Like we are using backlash single quote to print single quote, backlash double quote to double quote, and double backlash to put a backlash. So here it is. This will give us error, but if we put a backlash there, so backlash double quote, then it will be printing the special character as it is. And some common escape sequence are slash n new line slash r, um, carriage return. What is carriage return? Let's see. So here is, see, it is written in a new line. But if we put n, then it also putting it in new line. I think so. Yeah. So what is the difference? Basically, there is not such any difference. But remember, slash r used to define for carriage return. Slash b for backspace. Let's use just b and run it. See, it will back last. and slash F for prompt it. That's it. And okay, we will be learning about maths, boolean, these things in tomorrow's videos or the next video. Thank you.